Time. The value of life is not in years, but in deeds. By Eric Chamchoum. Greetings, dear viewers. This video explores the timeless truth that the worth of life is not measured by the number of years we live, but by the deeds we leave behind. Drawing on philosophy, history, and faith, it reflects on how actions outlast time, shaping memory and legacy far beyond the grave. From great leaders and saints to simple, ordinary acts of kindness, it reminds us that years may fade into silence, but deeds continue to echo through eternity. This video is dedicated to His Excellency Ambassador GRC, a special person who crossed my path during my journey in this lifetime, one of many journeys of the soul. As I was writing this essay, his presence returned again and again, as though his deeds were quietly woven between the lines. Life has long been measured in years, from the first cry of an infant at birth to the solemn tally of days at death. Societies calculate average lifespans, families celebrate birthdays, and gravestones record the beginning and end of an earthly journey with numbers that seem to define existence. Yet beneath these numbers lies a deeper truth. The true value of life is not in its duration, but in the deeds accomplished within it. Years may tell us how long a person existed, but deeds reveal how they lived. After death, no one remembers whether a person reached 70 or 90. What endures in memory are their actions, their kindness, their courage, and their legacy. The arithmetic of years fades, but the story of deeds lives on. This perspective is not new. It has echoed across centuries in philosophy, religion, and literature. Michel de Montaigne once wrote, "The value of life lies not in the length of days, but in the use we make of them." His insight reminds us that mere longevity offers no guarantee of meaning. The Greek philosopher Aristotle built his vision of the good life, what he called eudaimonia, around virtuous activity, not around the length of time lived. For him, the flourishing life was measured by the quality of one's actions and character. Religious traditions reinforce this understanding. The Hebrew scriptures speak of the righteous, who, though they may die young, are at rest, because wisdom and understanding are greater measures of life than the number of years. The wisdom of Solomon declares, "Old age is not honored for length of time, or measured by number of years, but understanding is gray hair for anyone, and a blameless life is ripe old age." Wisdom 4:7-9. In Christianity, the life of Jesus stands as the most powerful example. He lived little more than 30 years, yet his deeds reshaped the course of history, inspiring faith, compassion, and transformation across millennia. Emperors may have ruled longer, but their reigns are remembered in history books. His life, though short, is remembered in human hearts. Why then do we cling to years as the measure of life? Perhaps because years are easy to count, while deeds are harder to weigh. Time can be calculated by calendars and clocks, but the true impact of a life requires memory, reflection, and testimony. Yet longevity alone does not ensure meaning. A person who reaches 90 without generosity, compassion, or courage may leave little trace, while a life cut short by sacrifice may inspire generations. Consider the young soldier who gives his life in defense of others. His years are few, but his courage continues to be honored. Think of the nurse who succumbs to illness while caring for patients during an epidemic. Her life is measured not by decades, but by selflessness. Their examples teach us that time without substance is emptiness, but deeds without length are eternal. To measure life only by years is to confuse existence with essence. Deeds are powerful because they outlive the body. Words may fade with time, possessions may scatter after death, and the memory of years will blur, but deeds are retold in stories, passed down in families, celebrated in institutions, and etched into the conscience of humanity. What people remember is not how long someone lived, but what difference they made while alive. Martin Luther King Jr. captured this truth when he said, "If a man has not discovered something that he will die for, he isn't fit to live." His own life was tragically cut short at 39, but his deeds, his courage in the face of injustice, his dream of equality, his commitment to peace continue to shape societies across the world. This is the power of deeds. They break the boundaries of time and ripple into the future long after the heartbeat has ceased. History provides countless reminders that deeds outlast years. Alexander the Great died at just 32, yet his conquests changed the map of the ancient world and shaped cultures for centuries. Florence Nightingale, through tireless service, transformed nursing from a neglected duty into a noble profession. Her 90 years gave her time, but it was her actions that gave her immortality. Anne Frank, who died at 15 in the Holocaust, left behind a diary that continues to stir consciences across the globe. Her brief life has moved more hearts than countless longer ones. And of course, Jesus of Nazareth, whose ministry lasted only a few short years, transformed religious history, offering hope and redemption to billions. Each of these lives demonstrates the principle: years vanish into the dust of time, but deeds carve paths into eternity. Their examples show that the weight of a life lies not in the calendar, but in the contribution. Once a person is gone, their years are reduced to dates on a tombstone, an opening year, a closing year, and a dash in between. Few pause at a grave to calculate lifespans. Instead, they recall who that person was and what they did. The dash between the dates is filled with deeds, not years. We remember Abraham Lincoln not because he lived 56 years, but because he preserved the Union and ended slavery in America. We honor Mother Teresa not for the length of her 97 years, but for her tireless devotion to the poorest of the poor. Generations recite their names because their deeds became part of the human story. This is the law of memory. Years fade, but deeds endure. People are remembered for the kindness they showed, the justice they pursued, the truth they spoke, and the love they gave. What then does this truth mean for us today? It calls us to live intentionally. We cannot control how many years we will have, but we can control what we do with them. Meaning is not a gift of time, it is the result of choices. To wait for longevity to bring fulfillment is to waste the present. Each day offers opportunities to plant seeds of goodness, compassion, and integrity that will bear fruit long after we are gone. Small deeds of kindness may never enter the annals of history, yet they remain engraved in the hearts of those touched. A gentle word to someone in despair, a helping hand to one in need, an act of courage in the face of injustice, or a moment of forgiveness in the midst of anger, all of these become threads in the fabric of memory. Such actions may outlive us far longer than the anniversaries of our birth ever will. Life is not about waiting for years to accumulate. It is about sowing deeds whose harvest continues after our departure. When death comes, as it surely will to all, the years will stop, but the memory of deeds will live on. Tombstones record numbers, but history remembers actions. A life cannot be measured merely in its length, for a long existence without deeds is a forgotten shadow, while even the shortest life filled with goodness becomes immortal. The value of life is not in years, but in deeds, and it is by deeds that we are remembered after we are gone. To live well, then, is not to seek many years, but to fill the years we have with deeds worthy of remembrance. Thank you for watching. What do you think about this video? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.